They paid it off in 18 months.
Yeah.
You know, with the savings they made.
Well, it's Kieran here from KMM Energy Solutions, and I'm with Ken here, who's the owner of Milestone Brewery. We've just put a system on the roof, 112 panels over the last 3 days. So Ken, how did we meet, mate? That's a bit of an interesting story, wasn't it, mate?
Yeah, well, you came to us because you wanted a beer producing for you, and and I think the idea came about that, you know, with the solar panels, and you wanted the beer to be made energy efficient.
Yeah.
And it just made a lot of sense that we do a collaboration between us.
Yeah, and I think, well, what it was is when I was at their village hall in Fiskerton with Marek, actually, there's another company that had made a beer, and I went and actually approached that brewery. And you know that brewery, don't you?
We know him very well, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of your mates, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'd already tried to get in with one of his mates, and he wasn't that keen, understandably so. He already had a relationship with another brewery.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you guys had a meeting, hadn't you, a few days before about your energy bills?
We had, yes. Yes, we've been discussing solar panels and, you know, trying to figure out whether it is viable for him to do it, and he talked me into it. He basically said that they paid it off in 18 months. Yeah. You know, with the savings they made.
Well, you can see, like, not just on the solar, but you guys are paying through the nose for your bills. What were you on before?
We were on 57 pence a unit.
Yeah, and what were you spending a year?
I think we worked it out. It was averaging at around about 148,000 a year.
Yeah, wow. And that's crazy, isn't it? I mean, obviously at that unit rate, and obviously we've got an independent energy broker. You had a few chats with Ian, didn't you?
We did, yeah. Ian was really good. He came in, had a good chat with us, found out what we wanted, worked out a cracking deal for us. We finally got it down at the moment to 26p a unit. Yeah. So, you know, we're saving 31p a unit, which is a huge saving. And we've not even taken into account, once the solar panels are up and running, we get a nighttime rate, which then reduces it even further, and we can use that to stockpile the energy at night to use throughout the day. Yeah,
because I think so, like, just doing some quick maths on that, let's just make it 150 grand to make the numbers easier. You know, you're looking at 80 grand already gone to that.
Yeah.
You know, just, and I think a lot of people are unsure looking out there, like, how to navigate their bills, because they don't make it easy, do they?
No, they don't. No. These big companies try and make it as difficult as possible. Yeah. You know, and that's the problem out there at the moment.
They don't want you to understand, like, you look at a bill, even us, like, all we do every day is look at bills. We'll look at that bill, and they'll add, like, you know, these different climate charges, standing charges. Quite often the unit rate will be 15p. Yeah, by the time you've added up all these miscellaneous costs,
yeah,
you know, it takes us a while to dig through their actual bill to understand what it is.
And I think, you know, they take advantage of the fact that when you're trying to run a business, you're up to your neck in it day in, day out. And they always try and catch it at the most awkward moments possible. You know, they know what they're doing. They're not stupid. And
these amazing new offers if you only get it today.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so, you know, you get tied into a lot of these contracts and it's unfair. You know, so it was really refreshing talking to someone like you guys and getting it sorted out for us.
Yeah, well, we like making a big difference, mate. In your case, mate, we don't see many higher than that. So
no,
we've got a few dairy farms. I think you know, some that we're seeing at that sort of 30 to 60p, but you're definitely on the top end. So it's good for us because we know we can make a bigger difference. Yeah. And we are very excited to have our beer fully charged.
Absolutely.
Obviously, I think Joe's about to go down and have the first pint.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so yeah, that's why he's here, mate. He's excited. And yeah, we'll be doing it at all our shows. And obviously, we'll give you long-term support instead of the tariffs. And obviously, the last stage is selling it back to the grid. Once we get all those certificates, which realistically will take about a month.
Yeah, that's fine.
We'll be able to get you on the right tariff. And we'll go have a little look about it. But